In this game, you can rewrite your enemy's code to make them do things. So, how did this all start, you might ask? Well, I joined the Good of Wild Jam for this year, and the theme for it was expand. So I began thinking, expand, expand. Got it. So, you guys know one of those games where you played as a robot. Actually, no, you controlled a robot, and you had to write its code so it can traverse through like some sort of environment. It's usually used for teaching coding, but you get the idea. So I was inspired by one of those games, but now the problem was, how do I make it fit with the theme? So I began thinking again. And after sitting like a Greek philosopher for a while, I finally set my mind on an idea. You play as a virus who infects a computer and then destroys the data inside. And in that way, you expand your control over the computer. But you can't just do that, right? Because if there's no challenges to this, then it's not really a game. Enter the agents. These agents, they're antivirus agents, and you can sneak up on them and you can hack them to do stuff for you. So basically, you go up behind him and you stab him with your knife, and then you can rewrite their code and make them do whatever you want them to do. All right, that's a bomb ass idea. Now we gotta implement it. So I began implementing some of the basic stuff of the game, right, like movement and the likes. But while I was doing that, I noticed something. The player was a bit too OP. You see, the player could easily outrun an agent, right? So if the player was to be chased, they could just, run around, get behind the agent, and then hack them. To fix that issue, I decided to make the player slower than the agents. So that adds like a bit of a challenge to the game. You have to carefully plan all your moves out. Another thing I also did to make the game a bit more challenging was the placement of the agents. So, certain agents are placed in such a way that you just cannot get past them unless you use another agent and just kill them on spot, or you strategically get past them without being seen. I also had plans to like add more stuff where the agents can alert other agents when they spot the player, or an alarm for making all the agents extra alert, and a lot of other stuff. Oh yeah, okay. Since this is a game jam, I had to keep the scope small. Also, all that stuff is kind of complicated to code within 1 week. So I just stuck with the core gameplay loop, which is the hacking, and just decided to polish the stuff that I already had. Now, a game cannot be a good game unless you have some good art. Now, usually art is not a problem for me, but this time it was actually different because I forgot my stylus for my drawing tablet back home. I, I like, I have the drawing tablet with me right now, but I don't have the stylus with me. So I am so pissed off at myself, man. So because of that, I had to do the art with my mouse, just like how I used to do before. I got the drawing tablet. Felt a bit weird at first, but I got used to it. And it's also the reason why the shapes in this game are more basic. Like the characters are super basic. I mean, look at the main character. It's just a circle with some horns, and the agents. are basically circles with some caps drawn on them. As for the colors, I used a complementary color scheme of green and purple. But anyway, I used that color scheme, colored all the characters and all the other stuff. And after that, now I had to focus on the lighting. So the player has a sort of a backlight on him, right? I think that's what they're called. But basically, it's used for making the player, pop out from the environment. And the data boxes and the agents have a similar light source on them too, but smaller. Now for the code editor, I used a green color for the text, mainly inspired by old computers that had the exact same display. And yeah, that's about it for the art. And with that done, we come to game design. Now this part was a bit hard for me because you want the maps to complement the enemies. Certain rooms are a bit too unfair or too hard, and some of them are just not intuitive, you know. Like you look at it and you're left wondering, what should I do? So that, coupled with the fact that the agents just chase you and do nothing more, the gameplay feels kind of boring. Of course, I will have to improve on it, which I will, because I actually have plans to work on this game in the future. So I will take this point into consideration moving forward. And now coming to the soundtrack. For the first time ever, I didn't leave sound for the last. And I don't think I'm ever going to leave sound for the last again. After I finished making the sounds for this game, I realized how much of an impact sound has on the game you play. So I would have just downloaded from Freesound and just slapped it on the game with no effort. But this time I actually decided to sit down and make some sound effects. Open up Audacity, take some sound effects and alter them to fit my game. I still used sound effects from Freesound, but this time what I did was I mixed and altered them to get a specific mood, for each of my sound effects. Like for example, the data boxes, when you get close to them, you hear this noise. This sound effect was created by mixing the sound of an old hard drive booting up with a glitch sound effect. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Tell me if you'd like to see more of this game. Any suggestions and improvements are welcome. Just put your thoughts in the comment section. And with that said, goodbye.